Hello and welcome to another Red9 demo. Today we're going to go through a new feature it's partly client request and it's partly something we've been wanting to do for a while. And that is camera control, or camera control at the base level within the rigging systems. Now, what I'm about to show applies to any rig. It's not just the Red9 PuppetRig. Any rig that is wired through our RigManager, through this thing here, RigManager, as long as, it's all right, I've moved it from 4K. As long as we have render meshes set and we have a locomotion route set, this will run. So it doesn't care, that's the first thing. Now the problem is, a lot of the time you'll get mocap and it'll do this, it'll run off screen. And if you're an animator and you're trying to track down what's going on and you're permanently moving cameras to try and focus on what's going on, and it's very difficult to see the actual motion. Now you could do a few things. You could open up the models, you could select the mesh, and you could run our camera tracker, which is down here. Tracker, there's various options in it, and we'll maintain and we'll run track. Now this does kind of a nice job, you get a good job of it, but the problem is that it's very staccato because of the way that obviously we move when we run and we're tracking a known point. You get this kind of shimmering going on and it's a bit off-putting. The other problem with it is if I then want to see the top view and I do the same thing, it doesn't work because it's keying on this data. So it's a keyed camera, and it's also keying a perspective camera, which is kind of wrong. So let's rule that one out. Let's cut the keys. He's gone again. You see the problem. Let's just go back to that and go to the first frame. Where is he? There he is. So what we've come up with kind of harks back to what we've done with facial. With the facial rigs, we have our own custom camera controller, and that's what we've kind of hooked into. We've hooked into the same code. So if you now right-click on any controller inside a rig, be it our PuppetRig or any rig that's wired to the PuppetRig systems, you'll see there's a new option to the left on the radial menus, which is, let's just go back, which is camera control. We go into camera control and we've got create, delete, and these are the views: top, left, back, bottom, front, right, etc. So we'll create, and what it does is it makes a camera. It's front facing to start with, and what it's doing is it tracks the meshes. It first calculates the base bounding box of this character to know how to frame it. It's not doing a full frame. The issue with that is, for example, if you've got a character where it's sitting and you happen to be on a frame where he's sitting, he then stands up, you miss all the top part of the character. So we check the bounding box, we make sure he fits within it, and that's what we use. So this is the new camera. You'll see it's parent, or it's locked to the locomotion route. That's the root point for all the game animations, so that's the root blocking point. But the really nice thing is, because it's so solid, we can also now go back into this and we can go, actually I want to see it from the back. Let's see from the back view. There's the back view. I want to see it from the top, and we can just keep moving these around and really assessing what we're doing. And as an animator trying to figure out where you're going with it and really analysing that motion, it's really nice. And it's solid. The other thing is, because the camera is free, we can come in and we can zoom in and we can, again, really focus in on what's going on that, because it's a free camera at this point. It's not until you reframe it that it refigures out the calculations for the cameras. So at this point, it's a free camera and we can do with what we want. So that's really cool. The other thing that it's actually designed for is to be output from our exporter. So in the exporter, and we still haven't done a big demo of this, we will do, honestly. We have this playblaster, and the playblaster is designed as a sidecar file to your output for your FBX exports or your on anims. It's a playblast per one of these export tag loops, and we have the settings object in there. This is the settings. This controls how we output, and you'll see there's a new one there, mRig preview camera. And what that's basically going to do is create this camera for us on the fly, render the playblast with that camera, so everything throughout your entire project is consistent. These settings are global. They also exist within the browser. So if we were to open a browser file, we haven't got Mel in there. Let me try and find some files for you. No, all directories, MA files, there we go. No, can't show you that. It's a client one, there we go, that's the standard one. If we were trying to do an export, you'll see we also have Pro Export Playblast, Pro Export Playblast here as well. So it's batchable, and what you end up getting is, if I delete the camera off this guy, so we have no camera, so this is back to raw camera, raw feed. If I were to playblast one of these, let's pick the run for example, playblast, that'll go off, and generate us a file. Give it a second. There we go, there's our run. And there it is, all nicely tracked and all nicely framed for us. So for reviewing, for animating, for building review files up that you can pass over, the lead can review these files, really, really easy, really clean. And like I say, it kind of harks back to what we did with the facial. So if you're running one of our facial rigs, just to go through that. Come on, load it up. Yes, ignore, go away. Okay, so if we select the same thing again, same positions on the left hand side, you'll see head mesh model panel. That's actually exactly the same call, it's just we've hijacked it for all rigs now. So there we go. In the case of the facial, it makes an isolated camera and it's framed to the face mesh. But it's the same principle. It's exactly the same stuff that's doing that under the hood. That's it. Short and sweet, but I think that's quite a big feature, and that'll be going into the next release. If you like it and you want to try ProPack, by all means contact us. Don't forget to like the YouTube page. ProPack will be going out under the new license systems very shortly. The website is almost done, so watch this space for that. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.